this is just an introduction, just we are setting some baselines, how the sessions will go ahead, and what we'll be doing in the training. So we are learning our AEM website development training, right? From AEM, how do we develop websites into AEM? You folks, we will be presented with a developer guide material, which will have all the exercises, and it will have all the training content, the explanation, etc. Everything will be there in the guide. So once you give confirmation and once we proceed, we will be pursuing it. Number 2, so you need your the AEM software itself with its license. I will be sharing all of these. I will be sharing, like I'm just listing down like what is it that will be shared to you. And finally you will be given all the exercise materials. So as and when we do exercises, all of those exercises are available as material also, so you'll be presented with that also. All right, we'll get started with AEM. So this is the first session on training. So it's about this course.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Like you told, you'll be providing us the working box or for AEM, but like the license will be valid for a month or something like that.
So the license is a training license. It's good for a certain period of time. Okay, so the one that I acquired, it's good for 6 months. I work for another consultant, and yeah, through them I'm acquiring it. So yeah, you can practice it. So as long as you are not going to launch a website using this training license, the training license that you are using, I'm good. Like, don't just try to misuse the training license. Use it for personal purpose. Even after the course, it works fine up to certain point of time, and then it will lapse out. All right. So you are good. You are good to use it for personal use only.
Okay,
fine.
thank you.
So out of this course, what we will be learning out is you'll be able to describe, give a picture about the architecture of AEM. So this is basically a developer course, right? When I talk about AEM during the introduction course also, we talked that it is a CMS tool used by content authors, and we talked about some of the reasons for going to the CMS tool. Like, why did I want to go to the CMS tool itself? Was I wanted to draw a line between the content authoring team, the content authors, and the IT team, who are technically strong people. So the IT team versus the authoring team, the business team. So when I take a website, for example, my ndtv.com, for example, right? So when I go to ndtv.com, all the content that is presented on the ndtv.com, like for example, your news articles, the images, those are managed by basically your editorial team. Like there's a separate editorial team who are basically journalists, right? So journalists, they are I cannot demand my journalist to learn HTML, CSS, or JavaScripting. I cannot demand my editorial team to be strong in IT in order to build an article onto my website, right? Okay, and these are all dynamic. Like every day content is changing, every hour content is changing. So my website is so volatile, it is so dynamic that I have to separate out the content team. I have to provide these content team with tools, very easy editable tools, some similar to your SharePoint, team site, etc., where they can click on somewhere and they just use it like a word or a notepad. They do content authoring similar to just typing on a notepad, and once that content is ready, they hit a publish button, exactly similar to how happens in SharePoint, like, because this is only a CMS tool. So they hit a publish button and content is out there for public consumption. But what we are going to learn is AEM developer site. This is what we are going to learn. And what we'll be learning is what as an IT team will be doing on the AEM. So we are IT people, developers. What is to be rendered in the left hand side? So there is a CSS styling, right, which is pushing probably like a float left or something. They are pushing it to the left hand side. All the share links or icons are pushed to the right hand side. So tomorrow, if business wants to change this look and feel, they want to push the logo to the right hand side and links to the left hand side. I don't know, like just in case if they ask for something, or they want to change the menu or something, it becomes an IT team work. We as an IT guys, we have to change the style, or so this is like from a styling perspective, this is a font size of 14, for example, or this particular logo section is split into 3 columns, and I have like an image gallery and then a list of news. If at all business want to revamp it, enhance this website to show a different content, my content remains the same. Like what is the text part, the images, those remain the same. The content remains the same, but how do I render it on the page? Like it's going to become a when I look at, like, for example, Amazon.com, I find a huge hero image on top of the page. Okay, so the first image that I see is known as an hero image, right? So if I want to change my website to present as a hero rather than 3 column, that will become an IT work. We as a developers, we are going to learn how to do them within our websites. Yeah. So this is the example of a hero image, right? It occupies from left to right, it occupies the entire width of the browser, and that's how